Dude, that nigga literally said that Jeffrey Epstein. Like, that nigga's not Epstein, gang. This nigga was doing all this other shit. All these famous people, all these celebrities, all these politicians and shit was doing fucked up things to kids. And nobody's getting arrested. Like, what the fuck? We got Gen Z is never escaping Jeffrey Epstein, man. Y'all go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, man. Join the JBM Discord and the Twitch chat in the description, man. We gonna get into this video.
Jeffrey Epstein is a lot of things, and while I could name every horrible thing he is, I'd say the best way to describe him right now is
tap that sub button, hell yeah.
I don't mean in the sense that he's secretly alive or something, but in the way that everywhere we scroll or click, you'll see his face. He's permeated pop culture and social media as a whole. Even though he died in 2019, it's like I don't even know
how this nigga, like, how does this nigga was an accountant, bro? This nigga Jeffrey Epstein was literally an accountant. How the fuck is he everywhere? Bro, all he did was he was an accountant. How the fuck is he so rich? And like, he's also Jewish? Oop, yo,
left. My generation and generations after that will probably never escape Jeffrey Epstein. And I can tell you why. Comment for the algorithm. So to understand what I'm going to tell you, I need to give you some context. There's a conspiracy theory that Jeffrey Epstein is still alive. And right now, I tell you there's about a 90% chance he is alive. And I say that because I believe in this conspiracy. I won't go too into it, but I can give you guys an idea. So for starters, before Jeffrey Epstein was officially announced dead, a 4chan post came out saying that he got switched out and that the poster did not want to be doxxed for leaking this information. I know that's kind of crazy, because why would anyone believe a 4chan post? But there's more. Then they showed Epstein's body and they compared it to his deceased one, and his ear was looking pretty weird. But if that's still not enough for you,
that nigga, y'all niggas in the comment section, y'all niggas in the Twitch chat, do y'all niggas think this nigga's still alive? Y'all think Jeffrey Epstein is still alive, out and about?
Factor in the weird politics going on with the prison cell footage. You're telling me the FBI cut nearly 3 minutes out? 3 minutes missing from the night that Jeffrey Epstein allegedly died? And then the Department of Justice is apparently editing FBI logs to intentionally manipulate the findings.
Yo, what's good, Namura? How you doing, my nigga? Go hit that follow button, cuh. Jeff Fox, what, my nigga? I cannot answer for legal reasons.
Which spotted a flash of orange going up the stairs.
Appreciate that follow, cuz. Appreciate that, gang.
The FBI stating a quote, flash of orange looks to be going up the stairs. Could possibly be an inmate escorted up to Epstein's tier. Now, the FBI's own video review detected that prison orange.
I don't think he's dead, not gonna lie. Would have been something on the news or whatever.
That's big. This
I didn't even know what this nigga was. It's like
orange that
2 years ago.
But we are now learning it was cut, hidden, or accidentally
he's definitely playing Fortnite.
DOJ report. Inmates are currently on lockdown. It's possible someone is carrying inmate linen up the stairs. Now that's a huge difference. It replaces observation, orange, with conjecture. Inmates are on lockdown, so they shouldn't be around. But the rule that inmates are supposed to be on lockdown doesn't resolve whether one wasn't. Just like Epstein was supposed to get those 30-minute checks, but didn't. And I told you.
So with all this shaky stuff regarding Epstein's death, or lack of it, it's led to conspiracies about his whereabouts and where he is, and if he's alive. And if you ask me, I'd probably say he's in Israel or his second island, Big St. James. But fuck all that. You're probably wondering why I'm feeding you Epstein conspiracy theories, and that's because people have been taking it to the point of finding anyone who slightly resembles Epstein and saying, Jeffrey Epstein spotted.
Epstein is alive.
Dude, that nigga literally said that nigga's Jeffrey Epstein. Like, that nigga's not Epstein, gang.
Meet Palm Beach Pete, a man that's been mistaken for Jeffrey Epstein. And honestly, it makes sense why he has this uncanny resemblance to the man. I do feel bad because going viral for having a resemblance to Jeffrey Epstein, that's gotta feel a little weird. And I mean, I think that would fuck me up a little bit. Niggas would have me on the Jumbotron because I look like Epstein. That's crazy. Now, I think there's a mass desensitization campaign going on right now because we're just being fed horrific things constantly with no justice and just no cool
like
down.
That's just so fucked up. Like, no one's like, bro. Like, niggas is like, this nigga was doing all this other shit. All these famous people, all these celebrities, all these politicians and shit was doing fucked up things to kids. and nobody's getting arrested. Like, what the fuck? Literally nobody's getting arrested. Nobody's being dealt with, gang. Like, why are people not being dealt with? Bro. And it's fucked up because we all know why. I mean, they got bribes to the police and shit like that. Like, obviously, they have ties to police and everything. They not gonna get arrested, bro. It's just because they have power. It's just fucked up, man. Is that the dude from Zoolander? I don't even know what Zoolander is.
Minds to on the daily, and when we get endlessly exposed to these horrors, our mind distorts it and transforms it into something unserious. Epstein is a monster, but now he's permeating our phones and manifesting as one of those character bubble memes.
Literally,
That's
bro.
Literally a Roblox item. Jeffrey Epstein is one of U.S. history's most prolific sex traffickers, and now he's been turned into the common internet meme.
Why did the camera cut off precisely at the moment as soon as I just
Hey
playing?
everybody,
That's all I'm
this is Palm
saying.
Beach Pete, and my video went viral because some dude randomly filmed me while I was driving on I-95, unbeknownst to me, and the next thing I know, I'm a viral sensation.
And then look at this nigga trying to capitalize and shit. Look at his TikTok name, not Jeff Epstein. He's trying to make a bag off this shit, gang. Like, this shit,
about 4
like,
hours, and ain't nobody phone
Oh,
blowing up
brother.
all these comments from that video. So I got a lot of traction. It's pretty crazy. Thanks.
So you're not Jeffrey Epstein?
I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete.
Not a boy, yeah.
Okay. Peace out.
bro, what?
At first, I felt bad for Pete, but in the same way Epstein turned into the common meme, Pete turned this into an internet gimmick.
So
There's this
insane,
constant
bro.
reiteration on how he's not Jeffrey Epstein and how he's Peter from Palm Beach.
Good morning, everybody. This is Palm Beach Pete from Palm Beach, Florida. I want to thank everybody for the positive comments I got from saying I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just Palm Beach Pete. Going to play some tennis today.
Nobody
going to
gives a
town,
fuck.
Have lunch.
Like, these
I'm
dead ass clip forming. Like, literally, bro, he's clip forming. Like,
I'm
nobody
not Jeffrey
cares.
Epstein. I'm just me being me.
You're just a
And
regular
it's a crazy
old man. Get
phenomenon
on somewhere,
that
man.
has went
Nigga trying to
really
get a bag.
viral, and I really appreciate all the support. And just want to reiterate, I'm Peter. Good morning, everybody. Palm Beach Pete from
He's just trying to get a bag,
sunny
bro.
Florida, not a cloud in
He's
the sky.
banging her
I
up.
love to play some tennis. I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete. I want to thank all my followers. This thing has gone crazy viral. Over 100,000 plus followers in less than 2 days. Have a
100K
great day.
followers?
Enjoy life.
He has a genuinely uncanny resemblance to Jeffrey Epstein. He might be a clone. There's something. It's freaky. And I have nothing against the guy clearing his name. I just want to make that clear. But I just find it really interesting how a random Jeff Epstein lookalike is trying to capitalize off looking like a sex offender. And
Like,
mind you,
what-
this dude was saying he was the better Jeffrey Epstein. And he talked about how he met Epstein at a party. And how Epstein was mysterious.
I'm Palm Beach Pete. I'm a regular guy. I'm retired. I lived in the city for a long time.
Nigga
Worked
said
in
I met.
commercial-
Nigga talking about I met Epstein, bro. You never met that nigga. What are you talking about, gang? We know you never met that nigga.
Real estate. I love to play tennis. I'm very social. I'm not
What would they
gonna say it's
investigate?
just- This guy is
Why would
dead,
they
and
investigate?
He was a really
him, bro?
bad
There's
person.
no point.
And I can hold my head high. I didn't do
He's
anything.
just a
happened
random
to have
nigga trying to
some
make a
real
bag
looks.
off.
I'm just a better
off
looking
this
version
shit.
than Jeffrey. Back in the day, when I was living in the city, I went to a couple of parties and Epstein was there at a party. And he was kind of creepy, just sitting on a couch, staying to himself. And he wasn't the magnitude that he is or was. So he wasn't a big deal. He was mysterious.
And I gotta mention something else. This guy was probably in the Epstein files. I'm not 100% sure this is the same Pete, but it could be, and that's some food for thought. Oh, and people
Holy
found this
fuck.
out after the clip of him talking about how he partied with Epstein went up. So that's really interesting. And I should mention, Aiden Ross is following him too, so he might be on a stream in the future. I wouldn't be
Holy
surprised.
shit.
That is some Aiden Ross type of politics.
Of course,
in my
this
opinion.
nigga. I hate Aiden, bro. Like, of course, Aiden Ross he probably go like, "Yo, guys, I got Jeffrey Epstein on stream." Dude, that nigga's so
Yeah.
like.
But the way I look at it, a Jeffrey Epstein
He's so
lookalike
fucked
gimmick
up.
was inevitable.
All of his pages don't go past 2 to 3 days ago, and if not that, then some of his posts consist of AI generated content. This dude came out of nowhere. Nobody knows who he is. He's not real. I mean, he might be a real person, but his identity or alias is not real.
Nigga, like, bro.
Okay, the next thing I want to talk about goes back to 2021. We're talking about the mic'd up cult. You already know who these niggas are. They need no introduction. But back during these days, people used to go around and record themselves pranking others in public and just vibing. They were like these cozy vlogs that we watched
What's this got to do with
we
Jeffrey
were
Epstein?
recovering from our social anxiety and a lack of real world interaction. But these days, niggas like Ash Out and Lee are the mic'd up cult YouTubers I see frequently. The formula is still the same, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're youthful niggas experiencing the world through a camera. Well, that's what it was until they started going to Epstein's Island and adjacent locations for content. You have YouTube pranksters turned into pseudo-journalists due to the presence Epstein has over the current zeitgeist. Infiltrating Jeffrey Epstein locations is a genre on social media now because of how popular this scandal has become. And in a way, I think it really helped continue the conversation around Epstein. Part of why this cover-up was
I don't understand why nobody
social
getting
media
arrested for
helped
this,
keep
bro.
it alive.
You're trespassing.
So why haven't you done anything?
You want me to do something?
I'm sensing a little bit of tense energy. I could loosen you up, you know, a little massage. The guy that owned the property loved massages.
Yeah, they're saying he's dead.
You said they're saying he's dead.
You're saying he's dead.
For your sake, he's dead. You really
That's
think
where his breeding.
Yeah.
Yo,
Doesn't
what
matter
the
what I
fuck?
think.
I think you're a good guy. You just
Hey,
can't.
why do
say
they
what
still
you
wait?
want.
Why do they still have people guarding it, bruh? Why is there people guarding that shit? What are they doing in there?
Sake.
That's exactly it.
So we're on the same team.
I wouldn't say we're on the same team. My job is to protect this
I
property.
gotta get up
from
for
Just for trespassing.
gotta get early for work.
But you don't necessarily
Appreciate you,
agree
Jay, man.
with the,
You have a
the
good night,
past
Jay.
that happened here, yeah?
No comment.
No comment on that. Okay. Police are coming, by the way. Do you run fast? If I start sprinting that way, you're gonna catch me.
No, I don't think you can outrun my limits.
And this is really entertaining, and I also think it confirms what we're already thinking. But goddamn, modern day journalism has evolved into YouTube videos
That's what
with
I'm saying, bro. We
attention
do need to
grabbers.
answer the game.
Maybe it's just the evolution of
That's true.
information, but honestly, I don't know whether to be scared or excited. And I
Since
say
Fortnite
scared
account.
because, I mean, let's just talk about Lee, for example. He made a video called Delivering Pizza to Jeffrey Epstein's Island, and it goes about as expected. And before I go any further, I'm not saying I want Lee to receive any hate. It's all love. This is just an observation, or maybe an analysis. I mean, the title says enough. Only in the mystical 26 will you have a mic'd up cult YouTuber pushing up to Jeffrey Epstein's Island and making it a part of their content. He
Yeah.
went to Epstein's Island to deliver a pizza. I'm not trying to necessarily criticize
What the fuck
Lee
is this
because
nigga
this
doing?
is just the product of something bigger. And that's the fact we're all becoming so desensitized. Don't get me wrong, on the surface, it's great entertainment. Seriously, Lee approaches this video with a very compelling narrative. A pizza delivery guy who's on a journey to Epstein's Island to explore and document his findings. And he even gives us an interview with someone who personally worked with Epstein.
And I actually worked there over the process. I think it was like a hurricane came. There's some crazy shit over there. Like for some reason, all the showers are like outdoor. You have a lot of like sculptures.
Someone said
and a lot of meetings.
someone
I don't
had
really
to
get.
bomb
I was
the
like, I
Epstein
shook his hand. He,
What?
you know, thanked me for cleaning up his beach and bringing it back to how it's supposed to be. And then he had two girls standing right next to him. I would say they was like 14, 15. I went to the break room now, and they all laughed at me. They was like, "What? Those are not his daughters, man." I was like, "No." They were like, "Yeah." I was like, "No." They were like, "Nah."
Why are you
should
laughing
already
about
know
that? That's
like
gotta
what
be
they're
fake.
into.
I just say it to say I don't blame anybody for eating this up. We're all curious. We want to know who Epstein is, but on some level, is this not kind of watering down the severity of what we're all dealing with? Jeffrey Epstein is the current symbol of the most evil, vile acts in modern history, and a mic'd up cult YouTuber is trying to deliver pizza to his island.
Yo.
We're so fried. Like I said though, it's no hate to Lee, it's just something to chew on.